What's up, everybody? This is Zack, aka Zacky, creator of Jelly Radio and many more podcasts on the website zack.coffee. That's zack.coffee. This is Coffee with Zack in English. Let's drink a little bit of coffee. All right, guys. A couple of news. Today is November 3rd, 2024. Today is November 4th, 2025. Tomorrow will be November 4th. Today's November 3rd. So please make sure you vote in the Prop 50. Prop 50 is very important for California because if you vote for Prop 50, yes, then California will win five Democratic district to combat with the five Texas Republican district in Texas. Very important stuff. So please vote. There's also other elections that are very important going on throughout the country, including in Virginia and also in New York for Mad Money. So please make sure you vote. Um, um, what else did I want to say? I'm going to start the watch. It is it's about to be 7 p.m. here, 6:59 or 7 p.m. I got to finish the single player campaign of Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 was pretty good. Really enjoyed the game. I was a bit upset by some of the narrative, but I guess it is to be expected. That's what they wanted to do for Battlefield 6. And let's just hope that they'll do something special for the multiplayer and for the Red Sec mode. And then we're waiting for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 that comes out in November. So we're in November, so only a couple weeks away. I wanted to show my my board that I work on. As you know, I work on this board a lot, which is all my Jelly radios and all the podcasts that I work on, and that's where I had a lot of ideas, especially when I worked on Cyberpunk. Uh, the all of the came up with a storyline to hope that obviously Johnny Silverhand would come back. So I'm really excited for the fact that they've announced that they're going to find a way to bring Johnny Silverhand back in Cyberpunk 2. So really excited about that. And as you know, all the podcasts that I work on, Jelly Radio, Mega Radio, Mu Radio, Mega Radio, Disco Radio, DH Radio, Beta Radio, GG Radio, Hard House Radio, Cyberpunk Radio, Lambda Radio, Quantum Radio, Techno Radio, and many more such as Bueno Radio and Zeta Radio. I been working on this for many years, and it helped a lot of people being very they were able to succeed in life and perform a lot of great ways, especially DJs who when they themselves only done about 50 podcasts, they were able to buy themselves their dream cars like a Lamborghini. So that's why I'll ask is that if you would please support me so I can buy myself my first new car. Obviously I don't need a Ferrari, but I really would love a German engineering sedan, a sports wagon such as a Mercedes-Benz AMG 53 wagon, Audi R6 Avant, a Porsche Panamera GTS, or a BMW M5 Touring. But I'm open to everything else, and even with the budget I have right now, just something as simple as a Volkswagen Arteon or a Nissan Maxima souped up would make me very happy. I would love a Nissan Skyline GTR Nismo, but obviously don't have the funds. It's a very hard car to get. I'm not entered in any contest. There's a contest right now for the 8080 for a Audi R8. There's a contest for a tuner called for an M3 or an M4. And there's a contest for Speed Society for a McLaren. I'm not entering any three of those contests because I don't have any funds right now. I don't have any money to buy something from their website. I need you guys to send me some funds to my Venmo. You can send it to my PayPal, but I really need some funds on my Venmo. It really would mean a lot. As always, guys, please watch Great Teacher Onizuka in different languages. Great show, GTO. Don't forget that I will make school fun for you, especially if you were um, bullied by women and you were too ashamed of to admit it. So we'll do some more great stuff with the video games, especially on the weekends, especially on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. And played a lot of Battlefield 6 lately, and played Cyberpunk 2077 lately, especially in Japanese, which is pretty cool. And I got to return to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth a lot. I've been playing Arcade Spirits, trying to get that Naomi trophy, and more games on the way. And there's a huge gaming catalog, and there's a lot to play. So we just have to play them one game at a time, and let's get through them. I'm rewatching Naruto because I had some fond memory of watching Naruto and Naruto Shippuden and Boruto. So I'm watching all three of them because I miss those times watching them, and really mean a lot to me watching those episodes. And it's really like nostalgic, and also they said that they've used anime in Japan to help people cure depression. So if you're dealing with depression and you like anime, watch anime. You'll make yourself feel better. All right, let's go ahead and go straight into the show. For example, by the way, July Radio 4100 is the latest, and there'll be more episodes in the future, as always. Let's go straight into the show. First story: autocracy and the university in America. In America today, this is by Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. Be sure to check it out. By The Economist, the end of the rip-off economy. This is by The Economist. This is a great story because I'm shopping for a new car, which I cannot afford, which is another ridiculous conundrum. And I'm upset at the price of the German engineering vehicles because when I consulted Grok, the AI from Twitter, and Elon Musk, I realized that the price of insurance, maintenance, and premium gasoline would not be self-sustainable. So that's why I'm considering a Tesla Model S, especially because I don't have a salary or an allowance. Because if I had a Tesla Model S, I would just pay for electricity and just charge the car every day, and then that's how I would drive it. But I still would prefer a German engineering sedan if I had a salary. But because I don't have a salary, I cannot afford one right now. But this article on The Economist was a great article to describe the situation at hand and how everyone was getting ripped off at the used car dealerships, and people have said enough is enough. We want to pay a decent wage, decent price for these used cars, and we don't want to pay an arm and a leg. Up next, constitutional crisis, the French government uncertain future. This is by The Economist podcast. Up next, what should we study in the age of AI? This is by The Economist videos. Up next, climate risks, seven critical sectors impacted by the EIU. Up next, when the CEO becomes board chair. It's by Harvard Business Review. I love that episode of that article by Harvard Business Review because it goes to show when people are going to be board chairs, they kind of have much more power to do a lot of good things and take care of things that are really being terrible. So right now, I'm using my MacBook Pro, so I know that Tim Cook, when he steps down from as being CEO, he's going to be board chair, and hopefully there'll be a new CEO for Apple. But Tim Cook's done a wonderful job on the MacBook Pro. I love the MacBook Pro. I also like my Lenovo Legion laptop, but unfortunately, I need to subscribe for another year of my antivirus. So because I can't have a subscription to my antivirus, I'm stuck and I can't use my Windows machine because obviously Windows laptops have so many viruses and you can't trust them until you update your antivirus systems. Okay, up next, Amazon prepares for major layoffs among office workers, media reports. This is by, say, BBC. This is a very interesting story because they're going to get fired about 30,000 people from Amazon. And like I said, I've done my best. I'm trying to work at Amazon. I applied over a year ago, many years in the past, and I asked for like a project manager job or a business analyst job, and I never got a response. They just kind of like kept the application like pending, and I never heard anything. So like I said, if I can't get a job, I don't understand why other people should be able to get a job. It's been frustrating. Um, Up next, flu vaccination decline raises fears of a deadly U.S. winter. This is by Bloomberg. Please understand it's really important to get vaccinated from the flu. You don't get sick towards this winter. I know a lot of people that already gotten sick from the flu because simply of the fact that they did not bother to get vaccinated. So please get the flu shot. Get the flu shot and get the COVID vaccine because you don't want to catch COVID either. Up next, Hurricane Melissa lashing Jamaica as catastrophic season 5 category 5 storm. This is by Reuters. Be sure to check it out. Up next, despite ceasefires, Israel continues attacks around the region. This is by Al Jazeera News. Very sad stuff happening in Gaza Strip. Mo Hammer has survived by being funny. The comedian discusses flying in Jimmy Kimmel's jet, beefing with Jerry Seinfeld, and the weight of talking about Palestine on his new stand-up special, Wild World. This is by The New Yorker. Mo Hammer is very funny. He's got a TV show on Netflix. Be sure to check it out. Sora is showing us how broken deepfake detection is. This is by The Verge. Very scary stuff. Why every website you used to love is getting worse. The decay of Amazon, of Google, Amazon, and Facebook are part of their larger trend. This is by Vox. Up next, Waymo's co-CEO on robotaxi vandalism. We're not standing for it. This is by TechCrunch. Bundle of Joy built to spec a new crop of genetic testing. Companies promise to let parents pick a baby that's perfect in every way, from health to eyes color to IQ, the body issue. This is by MIT Technology Review. Up next, by Business Insider, 13 celebrities and business leaders who didn't find success until they were 50. This is by Business Insider. This is something good to look forward to, because if I did not become successful yet at 42, hopefully I'll be successful within the next couple of years or this year. Up next, the International School of San Francisco est un établissement de référence de l'enseignement français à l'étranger. Son originalité réside dans son identité internationale et l'accueil d'étudiants du monde entier au cœur de San Francisco, derrière un projet où notre pays et notre langue ont une place essentielle mais non exclusive. Il promeut en cela un multilinguisme et un multiculturalisme qui sont au cœur de notre vision du monde et de nos valeurs. Il fera bientôt peau neuve dans le cadre d'une rénovation ambitieuse de tous ces espaces. Merci à la proviseure Melinda Bin et au proviseur adjoint Fabrice Urizalki de la internationale du The International School of San Francisco d'avoir accueilli Marceau Join, Roussissa Semji et Florian Cardinaux pour une visite et un échange riche. Nous avons beaucoup de choses à faire ensemble pour promouvoir la francophonie. Au travail, Villa Albertine, the French Institute for Culture et Éducation, Villa Albertine San Francisco, Embassy de France in the United States, AEFE, Agence pour l'enseignement français à l'étranger, Ministre des Affaires étrangères français, OIF, LinkedIn, Consulate General of France in San Francisco. This is on LinkedIn. Be sure to check it out if you speak French. U.S. citizen on the threat of being racially profiled by ICE. I carry a passport card at all times. This is by The Guardian. Very scary story. Up next, 48 hours without AI. This is by the New York Times. Up next, Michael Moore slams racist and disgusting attacks against Zoran Mamdani. Enough. This is by Huffington Post. Big shout out to Michael Moore. President for life, Donald Trump is trying to amass the powers of a king. This is by The Atlantic. Scary stuff. Speaker Johnson said there's no path for a third term Trump term. It's by 538. Scary stuff. 5 more homes fell into the sea in erosion plagued Outer Banks. This is by Washington Post. Up next, far right poised for victory ahead of elections in the Netherlands. This is by Le Monde. Thankfully, they did not win. I was very happy. This was amazing. The 35 best Christmas gifts for the 25 holiday season, handpicked by our product reviewers. This is by Mashable. Very scary stuff. This is a documentary by Vice, Teenage Drug Empire. Watch our new documentary. Be sure to check that out. Up next, this 16-year-old American is among hundreds of Palestinian children jailed in Israel. This is by The Intercept. Very scary stuff. Up next, why hurricanes are getting more powerful and more quickly. This is by Nat Geo. Up next, Trump says South Korea will build a nuclear submarine in the U.S. by NPR. Great stuff. Up next, paramedic injured in Highway 50 helicopter crash released from hospital. This is by Cap Radio News. Up next, the Monde Diplomatique says the souveraineté, comme marchandise américaine. Up next, Putin doesn't want peace. Estonia's president on Russia's Ukraine NATO drones and drums by foreign policy. Up next, structured Trump's agency in the U.S.-China relationships by foreign affairs. Up next, former CIA station chief on the Trump administration Caribbean strategies by the Cipher Brief. Up next, Alta Aires begins mass production of interceptor drones in France by Intelligence Online in French. Up next, how the brain moves from walking life to sleep and back again. This is by Quantum Magazine. Up next, l'Irlande devient État membre associé du CERN. This is by CERN in French. En savoir plus, explore the universe from your inbox. This is by NASA. And then I say, what's up, everybody? There's my new Coffee with Zack vlog in English. And please take a look at this new Frontline PBS documentary about the dangers of RFK Jr. and why we need a replacement immediately. Because every doctor knows my trending hashtag is vaccines save lives. With winter coming, we must combat COVID-19, RSV, flu, and norovirus for another season. Let's explain to this moron RFK Jr. that doctors spend their whole life studying, researching, and working, and don't want to put up with this bullshit anymore. We have lives to save this winter. For more info on the world of medicine, visit Zack.coffee on Thursdays. Okay, I think that's all that I wanted to discuss right now. And make sure that you use your marker and do a lot of programming, a lot of whiteboarding, as you know. And I always remember when I was at Intel Corp, when my manager asked me to grab a white marker to write on the whiteboard, and how I was mortified, and I was so I was I didn't know what to do and what to say, and I was she was just so much stature and so much higher up than me, and I was like petrified. But now I just pick up the marker and I just write magic on the board. Look at so much code that I wrote, millions of lines of codes. I wrote 6 or 8 million lines of words on my website. I wrote a book on Afghanistan, on world affairs and foreign affairs, international studies. I talk about all kinds of music, dance music. I talk about rap music, where everyone's waiting for the next PNL album, which will include the song on Gaza for peace in the Gaza Strip. And yeah, there's just so much I've accomplished. The only problem is I haven't been paid, which is really problematic. But the only reason I go forward is because of all the presidents, and we always remember former President Jimmy Carter, who said we really have to not take our work lightly, because it is really important to work hard and work as hard as we can, because we cannot afford to lose our great country of America. So we have to work hard and make sure that Trump does not destroy it. That's the reason why you have to vote in these elections. That's why they matter. That's why when Obama says don't boo, vote, it's really important. You have to vote. If you don't vote, we get stuck in scenarios where Trump won in 2016 to 2020. Trump won in 2024 to 2028. That's why it's really important to vote. Every vote counts. The fact that 1/3 of Americans did not vote in 2024 is a very sad statistics. We should be having President Kamala Harris, and now we don't. So we're stuck in this conundrum. That's what happens. That's why you have to get off the couch and you have to vote. You can't go and say, point the fingers at others, when all you do is you go protest and you protest and you protest and you don't even show up to the polls. So it's good to protest, but you have to go and grab your vote and you have to vote. Voting is very important. Every vote is crucial. It's important for the Democrats. It's important for our revolution, the party of Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So please listen to Gavin Newsom, vote yes on Proposition 50, and let's make sure that we win this election. Let's make sure that we win in California, in Virginia, in New York, or elsewhere. All these special elections are very important. Thank you guys so much for listening, and as always, the pen is mightier than the sword, and I have a fresh new pen here, Pilote V5 contre sable laser, but that's for another day. That's for my French videos, and if you want to hear me speak in French, just tune in to Zack.coffee on Tuesdays for coffee with Zacky in French, and that's why you should learn French when you're in school, when you're in elementary school or middle school or in high school. Learn French, or in college, learn French in university, because French is one of the most important language when it comes to diplomacy. Okay? Everything that's going on in Ukraine, we hope the situation calms down. Very important that it does calm down. The drone battle between the two nations, between Ukraine and Russia, has to come to an end. Russia was set on fire recently, which could be very dangerous, especially when Putin has the nukes. So please calm down the situation, get a ceasefire going. We're getting closer to the 1400th day of the Ukraine war. We do not want this war to last another 10 to 20 years. It has to come to an end. Gaza, we need a ceasefire as soon as possible. Netanyahu has to be removed from office, whether it is for butchering the nation, whether it is for crimes against humanity, for genocide, for corruption, for whatever reason. Netanyahu has to come to an end. And yeah, guys, there's been another terrible earthquake in Afghanistan. Let's pray for the lives to be saved. So let's call up on Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, Red Cross, or the Red Crescent, to please bring help, and the United Nations to help those victims and make sure that we save as many lives as we can. All right, guys, now I can stop the watch. And we're at 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Very nice, very nice. I'm watching some old episodes of 24. Very good show. I had no idea Jack Bauer was such a good actor, but he was in Metal Gear Solid 5. And now I see why they put him as Metal Gear Solid 5 in the English version. I've already beat the English version. I'm playing it in Japanese, so it's really hard in Japanese. But I gotta say, 24 is a little bit racist. Very racist show, but I like Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer is pretty good. So I'll watch some more of it. And as you know, for those who want to see something funny in Jack Bauer world, check out that South Park episode of Jack Bauer with Cartman. Very, very funny stuff. All right, guys. Anyway, don't forget to vote, please. And This is Yoda, Grogu, you know. Ooh. The Mandalorian and Grogu will be in theaters later this year or next year. It should be a fun movie. Use the special powers of the Force. I was born in May. All right, see you guys later. And everyone playing Battlefield 6, find me on a multiplayer map. I will be there with my defibrillator, and I'm going to be there to revive all you guys. And as always, big shout out to Manchester United. Please do well this season. We were up top 6 in the league. We have to get up to top 4 or top 3 because we have to be in Champions League next year. It is possible. We have to make that happen. Very important. Mucho importante. Très important. Okay. I had a burrito. I had a Chipotle recently. It was really good. And I haven't had In-N-Out in a while, but I hope to have In-N-Out soon. So all you teenagers will have to do that stupid 6-7, order 6-7 and take a big video. Hopefully I can show up to one of those. I don't know if I can do it this week or next weekend, but I'll try to stop by and try to make that happen for you guys. And I'll try to, for that Saturday, I'll try to DJ another episode of Jelly Radio for my Spotify. But yeah, hope you guys had a safe Halloween. I hope you women were safe, that you had your charger for your phone and you went home safe, and you used an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi or a cab or a train or a metro or a plane, and you had that battery pack. Battery pack can mean the difference between being stuck in a conundrum, stuck in a pickle. That's why you always have to have a battery pack for your phone, so it doesn't run out of juice and you're not in a sticky situation. Okay, ladies? Not try to always be a father figure, but I'm trying to tell you guys, gals, to know better, because some of you are still teenagers and you want to act like you're older, and you just can't afford a pregnancy right now. You can't. Wait until after college. Well, wait until after you graduate from university. You'll thank me later. All right, guys. Have a good one. And let's do a couple hand signals for Naruto. Boruto Season 2 should be out soon, and it ought to be a lot of fun. I haven't been reading the Blue Vortex. I can't afford the new manga yet, but once I can, I will try to read it because spoilers, apparently Kurama, the Nine-Tails QB, is back. I'm really excited. So we'll see what happens. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot. As always, I'm still playing Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 for the PlayStation 5 on the beach. There's much more missions. There's even some special cutscenes that I haven't noticed. And we have to just keep playing more and more missions, more and more gadgets. And there's more and more to do, guys. As we keep getting more and more trophies and completing the game as more as we can. All right. Now I'm really going. Godzilla. All right, guys.